A very good morning to you. Let's start then with the reality, which is Theresa May is facing humiliating defeat over the Repeal Bill, with Labour and potentially rebel Conservative MPs threatening to vote against it unless there are significant concessions.
Well, let's start with the basics. This bill is about certainty, continuity and control. It's about making sure that on the day after our EU exit, the law faced by individuals and businesses is the same as on the day before. So I'm looking forward to seeing what amendments are proposed to the bill. It's conceptually simple, it's technically quite complex, but we need to see what amendments are proposed and then we can have an open discussion about how we achieve the aim. But remember, if somebody wrecks this bill, then they'll leave the UK statute book in an unworkable condition and they will have to explain to their electors why they've chosen to do that.
So today, Nicola Sturgeon, Jeremy Corbyn, Carwyn Jones are heading to meet EU Chief Negotiator Michel Barnier. Are you happy for them to be having these discussions?
Well, of course I'm happy for them to be having those discussions, but the reality is that David Davis and the Prime Minister are leading these negotiations, and I've got great confidence in them to do a great job for the United Kingdom.
The Prime Minister said she wants cooperation, not criticism from opposition parties. Do you think that stance is working?
Well, this is a time to come together in the national interest. The bill which we're bringing forward today is a bill which deserves to have the support of people right across the political spectrum and right across the United Kingdom. We need to ensure that businesses and individuals have certainty, continuity and control as we leave the European Union. And I think it's incumbent on everyone to look closely at this bill when we publish it later today and to work out ways to support it in the national interest.
Well, clearly not everyone is as positive about it as you. The National Audit Office is saying weak leadership from the Conservative Party is putting Brexit at risk.
Well, I don't accept that at all. As Jeremy Haywood's just blogged, the civil service is coming together right across government to ensure that we do deliver Brexit, deliver a smooth and orderly exit from the EU, and I've got great confidence that we will do so.
Yeah, but the head of the National Audit Office fears government's Brexit approach could fall apart like a chocolate orange. That doesn't sound good.
Well, it doesn't sound good, and it's a I think it's an overdone language. I think the reality is that what I'm seeing every day in the department is civil servants working extremely hard under strong political direction from ministers to deliver the plans that we need to make sure that our exit from the EU is smooth and orderly and successful in whatever circumstances we face. So I'm looking forward to working towards that deep and special partnership with the EU, a good quality deal which works mutually in our interests, and I've got great confidence that ministers and the civil service right across government will deliver for the UK.
Do you think the government is capable of adequately representing the interests of other countries in the UK, of Wales, of Scotland? Do you think that is possible in these very complex Brexit negotiations?
Well, certainly we will engage closely with the devolved assemblies and with the Parliament in Scotland, and we will ensure...
About the bill?
On the bill, what we're doing is ensuring that the devolved assemblies and the Scottish Parliament don't lose any powers. This is part of a process of taking back powers from the European Union and bringing them closer to the people. So we would expect that in due course that there will be more power available to the other nations, all of the nations of the United Kingdom.
Just on that other bill, the hefty divorce bill, we know the Foreign Secretary has said that EU leaders can go whistle. How much do you think is acceptable to pay?
Well, we know that we have rights and obligations and we are testing the European Union's claims, but we won't pay a penny more than we need to.
How much is that?
We're not going to put a figure on it today. It's a matter for negotiation. We're working through all of their claims and we will reach a negotiated position. But we're clear that in the end we must have a free trade agreement, cooperation on security and other matters, which works in the mutual interests of the rest of the European Union and the UK. And we will reach a settlement on all those things together towards the end of the negotiations.
OK, Steve Baker, Under Secretary for Exiting the European Union. Thank you.